let's take a look at something from Star Wars, because surprisingly, Star Wars stuff never goes out of style, which isn't necessarily a good thing. But anyway, let's take a look at the Bespin control room from the Star Wars micro collection. Being a kid of the 80s, Star Wars will always be near and dear to my heart, the original trilogy. And I actually always really liked the micro collection, probably first and foremost because when I was a kid, my X-Wing was micro collection X-Wing, the one that falls apart. And as an adult collector, the micro collection is a wonderful outlet for, collecting for Star Wars stuff if you are running out of space like I am. Takes up very little shelf space. The Empire Strikes Back has always been my favorite of the original trilogy, and I loved all the set pieces from Cloud City. So the micro collection sets that were from Cloud City were always really interesting to me, and I've always wanted them. Never had them as a kid, but there are three that all kind of connect together to become Bespin World. I have two now, this being the second one. I have the gantry, and actually in the next couple days I think I will be getting the freeze chamber. But since this is the one that arrived today, I figured we'd take a quick look at it. It is for the most part complete, with one teeny tiny little exception that I will get to, but let's first take a look at the box. As far as vintage Star Wars stuff is concerned, the micro collection is actually still, even to this day, it seems to be like the easiest to come by complete in box for a reasonable price. Mostly because these sets were not too popular in the 80s with kids because of these statuesque little statues that you couldn't really do much with. There's no posability, and these are little figures, barely an inch tall, each of them. So there's only so much that you could do in your imagination. But anyway, that's the box. Let's get this out of the way. So this is the main piece, the main play set, which is, again, meant to combine with other pieces, which I'll show you now on this. This is the kind of the instruction sheet. It's just a single piece of paper. It shows where to put the stickers. It shows the play gimmick, which is actually pretty cool. For something this small to have such an interesting little play gimmick is fun. And down here it shows how the two other sets combine to create the Bespin world, which I will get to do in a few days. It also comes with one of these catalogs filled with the other things from Star Wars and from Kenner that every kid was clamoring for back then. And the figures come in this little bag here. Comes with 4. The first being Luke Skywalker. Yeah, getting these figures without any chipped paint on them is really tough to come by unless you're buying it sealed in the box, brand new. So this guy's got a little bit of paint wear, but he's still presentable. We also get a Luke Skywalker with his lightsaber, but he looks like he's kind of cowering or backing up, and definitely not doing well in the fight with Vader, which is true to the movie. We get a Darth Vader using the Force. And the one little bit from this set that is messed up is that it also comes with a Darth Vader that's supposed to have his lightsaber, and this little guy does not have it. And here's a closer look at the control center itself. A decent amount of molded detail baked in. There's not much to it, but again, for something this scale, that's kind of, I don't know, forgivable. The gimmick is really fun though, because I think everybody who grew up in the 80s remembers the scene of, Luke Skywalker being blown out this window. There is a panel down there that when you hit this little lever down here, it catapults Luke Skywalker, whatever figure you have, standing there out that window. So obviously we gotta try that. That is fun. That's amusing. I've never really been into the gimmicks in playsets, but yeah, that's a fun little gimmick. Just a 46-year-old man having fun with Star Wars playsets. And now to combine the two sets I do have. So if I follow this, we have to separate these two. And wait, does this go? Oh yeah, and this just goes like this. Combining toys will always be fun. I don't care what age you are. All right, so things are coming together here. And that is just a quick look at the Star Wars Micro Collection Bespin control room.